Hello children, I am here again with a poem. The title of the poem is The Ant and the Cricket, composed by Isha. So it is a fable. So children, fable means a story where the characters are animals and it conveys a moral. So this poem is a form of fable. So children, here one moral comes out when we recite the poem. So let me tell you the summary of the poem. So in this poem there are two characters. One is ant and another is a cricket. So the cricket is always singing all day long during the summer season. So you know the cricket, they like the summer season, the sunny day. So he was singing very nicely, happily, so all day and night, and he forgot about the future. He did not gather anything, he did not collect any food for the future. And when the winter arrives, he finds that his cupboards are empty. There is no food, not even a crumb, a piece of bread, okay, inside the cupboard. And outside also, everywhere snow. The grounds were covered with snow and the trees were bare. There was no leaf or no flowers on the trees. So he was starving, was very hungry and about to die. He was wet also. He has no home to stay inside, and it was raining. It was very cold outside. So he was finding it very difficult. Okay, he was finding it very cold, and he thought that if it will be in this way only, then he will die soon. So he remembered one of his friend. His friend was an ant. So he thought that he will go to the ant and ask for shelter and some food. So thinking that, he went to the ant's house and he knocked at the door. The ant opened the door and he saw the cricket. And the cricket was polite and he asked him, so, oh, how are you and how you come here? So the cricket told him that he wants some food to eat and shelter. And he also promised that he will return it back the next day. But the ant was telling him that the ants have one principle in the life. He said that we never borrow anything from anyone, and we never give anything to anyone. And he said that, I'm sorry, I cannot give you anything. But he asked, what you were doing during the summer season? It was warm outside. What you were doing? You did not collect anything for the future? Then the cricket replied, no, because the weather was very pleasant. It was very nice and I liked the weather very much. It was sunny, so I was singing day and night. And he said, I did not think about the future. So the ant was surprised to hear that, and he said, okay then, you said that you were dancing in the summer. So now also you can go, and in the winter season you can dance. Okay, so I am not going to give you anything. By saying this, he shut the door. So here the poet wants us to give a message that we should plan for the future. We must think and plan accordingly. And when the future means it comes, when we face the future, it will be easy for us to solve the things, or we can handle it easily. So, and in the last stanza, he is the poet is talking about two-leg cricket. Two-leg cricket. Who is two-leg cricket? The cricket, they have only four legs. They have four legs, not the crickets. But poet is saying there are two-leg cricket also. That means he wants to tell us that two-leg cricket means human being. So some human beings are also like this cricket. They never plan for the future. They only live in the present. They don't plan anything for the future. But we must plan beforehand so that we will be able to face the future. So children, now we will recite the poem and I will explain to you. Okay, so if you have the book, please open it or you can recite with me. Okay. The Ant and the Cricket. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could we see, not a leaf on a tree. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? At last, by starvation and famine, made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant, to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. He wished only to borrow, he would repay it tomorrow. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. He says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend, but we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. You sang, sir, you say? Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket, and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. Fox call this a fable. I will warrant it true. Some crickets have four legs and some have two. So here is the poem. I will now recite again and explain to you. A silly young cricket, accustomed to sing through the warm sunny months of gay summer and spring, began to complain when he found that at home his cupboard was empty and winter was come. So, children, underline the word silly. Silly means foolish. Next, underline the word accustomed to sing, means used to singing. The next, you will underline the word gay. Gay means happy. And here, okay. So children, silly means foolish. So once there was a foolish cricket, he used to sing through warm sunny months and he was finding it a very happy day, and he was singing all day and night. He was singing, he was enjoying the summer season, because we know that the cricket, they love sunny days. That means summer season, they like it very much. But he began to complain when he found that the winter arrived and in his cupboard there was nothing to eat. The cupboard was empty. Not a crumb to be found on the snow-covered ground, not a flower could he see, not a leaf on a tree. So, underline the word crumb. Crumb means piece of bread. or you can say piece of food. So he could not find a crumb to eat, and the outside the ground was covered with snow. The trees were bare. There was no flower or not even a leaf to eat. So he was wondering what to do. Oh, what will become, says the cricket, of me? Now he's thinking, what will happen to me? If I'll not find anything to eat, what will happen to me now? At last, by starvation and famine made bold, all dripping with wet and all trembling with cold, away he set off to a miserly ant to see if, to keep him alive, he would grant him shelter from rain and a mouthful of grain. So, starvation, that word means hunger. Then underline the word famine. Famine means scarcity of food. So the hunger and scarcity of food made him very bold, and he was wet. He was wet with rain. And children, underline the word trembling. Trembling means shivering. He was shivering from cold because he was wet outside. He has no home to stay inside. So he was getting wet. And away he set off to a miserly ant. So he thought of his friend, an ant. The ant was miser, but he was thinking that he will go to the ant and ask from him the shelter and mouthful of grain. Mouthful means little food. Okay, so and he will tell that he will borrow the food today, and the next day he will return it. Children, underline the word repay. Repay means return. So he will promise that he will return the food the next day. If not, he must die of starvation and sorrow. If he will not get shelter and food, then he will die because of hunger, starvation. Because of hunger and sorrow, he will die soon. So he went to the cricket. Says the ant to the cricket, I am your servant and friend. But we ants never borrow, we ants never lend. So children, underline the word borrow. Borrow means to take something from someone. And word lend. Lend means to give. And here the ant is telling the cricket that I am your servant and friend. Very politely he is telling. But he said that we ants, we have one principle in our life, one rule that we cannot break. The rule is that we ants, we never take anything from anyone, and we never give anything to anyone. But tell me, dear cricket, did you lay nothing by when the weather was warm? Quoth the cricket, not I. So children, underline the word lay nothing by. Lay nothing by means save. Then underline the word quoth. Quoth means said. So the ant said to the cricket, it told him that I cannot help you out because we cannot give you anything to you. It is not our principle. But I want to ask you, tell me what you are doing during the summer season, while it was very warm outside. What you are doing? He was asking the cricket. Did you save anything, or you did not save anything for future? Then the cricket said, no, not I, means he did not save anything for future. My heart was so light that I sang day and night, for all nature looked gay. So he is telling that I was singing day and night because I was very happy. My heart was light. I was feeling very nice. I was enjoying the season. So, gay means happy. The nature was looking very happy and I was singing during the summer season. So, you sang, sir, you say. The cricket is asking, you were singing in the summer season? You said that? Go then, says the ant, and dance the winter away. Since you are singing in the summer season, now you will dance in the winter season. Go now, he said in this way. Thus ending, he hastily lifted the wicket and out of the door turned the poor little cricket. So children, hastily, underline the word hastily. Hastily means hurriedly. So the ant hurriedly shut the door. He turned the poor little cricket, means he told him to go away from his home. Fox called this a fable. Fox means the people. The people call this a fable, means a story that gives a moral. I will warrant it true, but the poet is telling that I will tell that it is true in our life. This thing happens in our life, in human beings' life. It is true. Some crickets have 4 legs and some have 2. Some crickets, they have 4 legs, they are insects. But those who have 2 legs, they are human beings. So some human beings are also like this cricket. They never plan for the future. They only live in the present. And they are least bothered about what will happen tomorrow, what they have to do tomorrow. They are least bothered. They don't worry about it. They don't plan anything for that. And when it arrives, they find it that they cannot cope with it. So we must plan beforehand to face the future so that it will be easy for us to deal with. Okay, so with this moral, the poet Aesop's is ending the poem. So children, I think you understood the poem, and if you have not understood, see this video again, read with me, recite with me, and write the meaning with pencil and try to understand it. Okay, thank you and have a nice day.